Romancing the Dungeon is a softcore D&D podcast about heroes navigating their daily lives while looking for love in a world full of peril, monsters, and heartbreakers. This show is intended for mature audiences as it contains adult themes. You know, fun stuff for cool people. Content warnings for specific episodes can be found in the episode description. Sorry, I was fixing my hair. What happened?
I need quiet on set, please. Quiet, everybody.
Episode recap, Raw Scrapers, take one.
Devoted, desired, dreamy or dirty, dapper dates. Dapper. No, okay. No, can we take 5? Declan, can I just take like 5 minutes, please?
Cut. Okay. Seriously, cut.
This absolutely cockamamie script that you've landed in front of me. Whose idea was it to do multiple narratives this season? I mean, Thea's in the present and we're going back to the past a couple of days prior to the guys in the catacombs, and now they're going up a mountain, but she's already on the mountain. She's practically in the mountain. Okay. Paycheck at the end, Roz. Paycheck at the end, Roz. Oh, these chicken shit gigs I have to do. No, I'm good. I got it. Okay. Me. D. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Roll. Are you lonely, miserable, or just plain horny? Well, you've taken the first steps to solving your problems. At least your dating ones. Welcome to D8. Devoted, desired, dreamy or dirty. Dapper dates for dejected daters. My name is Roz Grapers, founder, CEO, and love wizard. Hang on, this is far more important. Hello? Yes, this is Roz Grapers. Would I like to discuss upgrading my sending stone plan? I have a few minutes to spare. I'm not doing anything important. Oh, don't, please don't worry about it. I have all the time in the world. How are you doing? Oh, I see. Oh, hang on a second. I've people in front of me. Look, this could take a while. It's very important. Just keep filling in the paperwork. Who would you like to swap places with if you could, and why them?
I think of everyone that I know. Right now, I'd like to swap places with my old teacher, Aster, because he's got a lot more answers than I do.
Oh, no, not you. Sorry. Wow, 20% off my first bill.
Not because, I really care or anything, but I'd swap places with Sekhmet or something, because being dead is way easier than dealing with this shit, so.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Could you shut up? I didn't get any of that last part. Jesus, Avesta.
I suppose I'd swap with Ivan, because he's just kind of creeping around at the back of my brain. It's kind of unsettling knowing that he's there.
And is Ivan in the room with you now?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, hello, Ivan. That's lovely to meet you. Security, please. Look, I know you're just a sending stone call center operator, but could you please have someone come to my house? There's a lunatic.
You, Roz. You get to talk to so many interesting people, and you get to make friends with everyone, and you ask such interesting questions. You're always doing something exciting.
Look, I fixed it. Okay, look, AJ, Fia 2, AJ. Bam, done. And you say unlimited data. Oh my God, they're still here. And the block list function, that's unlimited, right? As the four of you clamber out of the passageway, leaving the dark
dank, dusty catacombs behind you. Temperance, having escaped, McGucket, Ike, Jess, and the other survivors, rebels, allies, secreted away without any idea as to where they have been taken. AJ, your eyes dart around the landscape, and it is just this crest of a hill blanketed by sheer white snow. Behind you to the south, all of you can see the rooftops of the buildings in Galeshire City. On the clifftop hill, you can see the palace. You can see plumes of smoke billowing up into the late afternoon sky. There are lower and further down the hill, you do see the tops of trees between you and the city. And to the north, in front of you, you can just see the jagged peaks and crests of the Dragon's Back Mountains. All of you can hear the voracious thundering of the Dragon's Tear waterfall booming around you. It is bitingly cold. And Hephaestus and Clodagh, it's in that moment that you realize you've escaped kind of in the smock that you'd been changed in after you had survived the fall. The cold whips and stings at everybody. What are you all doing?
I still have my bag of stuff with me, but I think I'm going to put it over what I was wearing, at least just a little bit extra. Like, Hephaestus definitely not used to the cold. So if you just look over, she's like stuffing loose linen pajama legs into her like tight pants and just trying to like jam it all in there.
It's a Luke.
AJ will take a step towards the mountains, breathe in deeply, and just sigh with this satisfied kind of contentness in the space, and turn, and you can tell he's like yammering away, but with the waterfall there, they're picking up nothing. He's just like, he's like super excited to be out. It's the first time in a while you might see AJ acting like his quote unquote normal self. And he licks his finger and puts it to the wind. And you wouldn't hear this, but he is saying, we're to the west near Guinevere's coppice. Right, so there should be an easy path to get supplies, and it's subtitled for anyone who knows subtitles on.
Nate's going to look at AJ with a silent look of judgment and disgust. So,
This again. Once of this again.
Give me a nature check,
A nature
AJ.
check. You got it. 15 on the dice. I don't know if my nature's all that good. It's all right. +3, 18.
It's that thing, AJ, as you kind of, you lick your finger and you kind of hold it up, you're like, oh, you're checking for the wind direction and whatnot. Wow, it freezes, like the spit in your finger freezes. And you're like, oh yeah, that happens here all the time. Your eyes kind of, as you are looking around and you do kind of to the west, you can kind of, the tree line would tell you, it's Guinevere's coppice, the kind of the woods that kind of are to the north of the city and close to the kind of the suburb town mount. As you're kind of addressing the others, and you're like, you can kind of see like Hephaestus is just stuffing her leathers on and like looks real pissed, like
Pretty irritated. Yeah.
Nate is just looking at you kind of like, and it's that thing of like he's scratching his eyeball but he's giving you the finger, like it's that. Clodagh on the other hand just seems completely dazed, like it's just sort of there doesn't seem to be any kind of expression. And as you kind of turn back to kind of gesture to the majesty that is this mountain range and all of the nooks and crannies and valleys and cliffs, as well as all the kind of the lore and the legends that are associated with it, and its placement in the kind of socioeconomic geographic space and all that. In the distance, you do see dark clouds rolling.
What are they rolling for? Initiative or
the deep.
With the homies?
No, don't write anything down.
Three of you are getting a disadvantage for that, as that rolled into one disadvantage into the other, into the next disadvantage.
I think they're very spooky.
Thank you. You're not getting.
It's called pathetic fallacy. Shakespeare.
Put your fallacy away, right?
Is there anywhere in our immediate vicinity that we could get like just instant shelter, even if it's just behind some rocks where we can hear each other and get out of the, because AJ would just gesture that direction.
I imagine it's a case of you've like, it's that sort of like, and like you're doing your kind of David Attenborough kind of walking up the hillside, kind of like gesturing at everything, and nobody is listening at all. As you kind of reach the top of this hill, straight down below, you can see kind of again, it's like a thicket of trees, and where the wind shear has kind of hacked into this hillside, you can see kind of a space that you could, between the trees and these kind of like a rocky alcove in the hill that you could probably gather. It's not perfect, like it's not a shelter, it's not a cave that you can kind of, you're still exposed, but you're not going to be kind of blasted by the wind the way you are now.
Yeah, I'll gesture to everyone to step down into that space, and as you kind of get away from the waterfall and the wind, you hear the tail end of, what's cool about this is it's a natural amphitheater. So a lot of the time we start our tours here because the rocks are projecting my voice towards you.
Cloda's just kind of going to step off to the side and pull out her normal clothes and get changed.
Does anyone else have clothes that they need to... Because I was going to suggest there's plenty of Night Scout caches around this place where we can get warmer gear, bedrolls, kind of stores through the mountain that we just leave basic supplies, food, weapons, maybe a nice bottle of something if the last person was...
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
No, that sounds good. That's a plan.
It doesn't even, I'm not even going to ask for insight checks from anybody. It's blatantly obvious that AJ he's after going to some place in his mind. Like if Ivan's in his mind palace, these mountains are AJ's mind palace made real. It's that sort of, the brain has kind of switched into, oh yeah, this is my happy place. And
Autopilot.
he's very much in kind of an autopilot, in his element kind of zone. Is that kind of fair to say?
Yeah. He loves it here. He whips a map out of his bag, and I think what we're looking for is probably north in what I've marked as bootleg trail, which is like a little pot still place. I'm not too sure. I'll show it to everyone else. We're over here by Gwyn's Coppice, by these trees. We're probably up here, and we can head this way through. There's a really nice skiing spot actually just to the north. You don't eat the blue ones. Actually, do eat the blue ones. Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. We're west of the Jolly Goliath jogging group, so that's good. They're pretty noisy.
This is your fault.
And a little bit further on, there's this really amazing sunrise view if you get up early enough. So we'll do that on the way to Visage. Some hot springs, some cold springs, some just right springs. Some friends, some not friends yet. Oh, Which Way. And then Which Way is to the northeast. So, and then we'll share this on our socials if anyone wants to have a look at AJ's map. I've done a total of 78 crossings. And he takes out a little pen and marks 79.
AJ kind of takes out this map. It's like something you would see on a tourist information board or a pamphlet, but it's all hand drawn. You can see where things have been scratched out, or like little notes have been made, like either in the footnotes or in like little brackets after bits and pieces. It's a lot. And in this moment, kind of as Clodagh, you are kind of hunkered down, kind of like trying to dress in. Even with the clothes that you've on, even with your armor, even with kind of the bits and pieces, there's no sort of defense against the cold. It's that thing of like, you can still feel the kind of the wind kind of cutting through. All of you, your fingertips, edges of your nose, your earlobes, everything is starting to sting. And he's still prattling on. Like he's still bringing you through this, kind of pointing out this, and we're going to do this, and there's a sunrise that you're all going to be checking out. With this, as AJ continues his sort of tour of the Dragon's Back Mountains, what's everybody else doing?
Clodagh is going to rummage in her bag for a notebook and try and write down as much of the prophecy as she can remember.
Yep. Okay, so you are just, it's that thing of kind of still kind of, you're near the group, but you're kind of away. You are kind of like haunched down a little bit, Clodagh, and it's that thing of like writing into a little journal.
Yeah.
And it looks like Clodagh's taking really detailed notes for you.
I'll share this around afterwards. You don't need to take notes during the tour.
She just kind of waves a dismissive hand at him.
Wow, this stranger's rude.
I think Hephaestus is just kind of letting him go, but she's trying to like peek at the map and like zone him out and actually try to find something useful on the map.
give me a history check, I guess, because it's that thing of like you've seen kind of maps of Galeshire and stuff
Generally,
like that. Like, so it's
yeah.
kind of like, what do you?
Mate.
8.
8.
Yeah, it's
That's a
definitely
map.
it's a map, and it's the Dragon's Back Mountains. But none of these things make any sense
Okay.
at all. Like, yeah, an 8's an 8.
Excuse you. I marked one frozen lake as Slippy. It's really helpful.
He calls
I at
the lake
least-
Slippy.
Yeah. So I at least understand that will be Slippy if I
It's really Slippy.
It's not certain if the name is
If it's
the
just
lake is
Slippy
Slippy, or if
or
it's
is it
called
actually
Lake
physically?
Slippy.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take caution either way.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
We won't be heading that direction. It's too
Okay.
Slippy.
It's away from the sunrise that we're going doing. Yeah. Nate?
Nate is sort of studying AJ a little bit, and then he's going to approach and he's going to be like, how you doing, bud?
Is that to me or to...
No, that's just you.
Oh,
Yeah, the weird one. Yeah.
yeah, good. If we pick up the pace, not only will we, heat our bodies up, start feeling the burn, but we'll get to this little cache quickly. And then
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Is this because, you know what, I actually do need to say this. Yeah, sorry about earlier. I get really stressed when I'm in like enclosed spaces, and I feel like I was like telling you what to do and like getting up in your stuff. I feel better now in open air. So you're right. I don't really know you, and I don't know what you can and can't do. And I feel like I was very like, do this, do that, and sort of like action AJ, but I'm not.
And then you feel you're being different now.
Well, okay, yeah, I would have thought. And now I'm being helpful. Now I'm doing something for you, as opposed to you doing something for me.
No. I mean, look, both situations are fine. There's no need to apologize. I just looking a little stressy.
You are?
You, little stressy, a little depressy. Maybe, I don't know, but you being a little weird, my guy. A little not a whole lot of eye contact going on.
Well, I mean, have you seen these views? Like, you could look this way and it's amazing, and then you could look this way and it's amazing, and you could look up, pretty cool. Look down, valleys.
Well, yeah, let's just keep soldiering on. But if you need to talk or anything, I suppose I can listen.
I genuinely, I really appreciate that. It's tough, and it seems like things aren't great on a global scale. But I mean, look around. We've got each other. We made it out alive for the first time in a long time. Our next 2-3 hours look okay, and then we'll just see what happens after that. Do you need to talk?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
We'll loosen you up later with some delicious alcohol and booze, and yeah.
That's not helping. Yeah, the men are talking without saying anything. As you kind of survey the space, yeah, it's wonderful. It's mountains and snow. In fact, it's just fucking snow everywhere. And as you kind of look around, yeah, you can see some trees, and up ahead you do see it's just wildlands, just completely and totally blanketed in snow and frost and ice. And great, we have to drudge through that, I guess. When you kind of turn back to kind of look up over the hill, you do see Clodagh low and kind of back turned to everybody and just kind of half muttering to herself, writing into a copybook.
I'm gonna approach her, but as I do, can I kind of try to heat the ground? I'll creep up next to her and sit down to be like, hey, and then touch the ground, try to warm things up a little bit, melt some snow for us. This is how Hephaestus friendly. She's like, hot.
Hot. Dangerous.
You like me now, right? You'll tell me all your secrets.
Yeah, it's the Clodagh. It's you can hear footsteps kind of going a little closer to you, and then you can kind of feel the warmth And just out of the corner of your eye, you can see kind of Hephaestus kind of behind you, kind of now, kind of maybe dropping to her level a little bit, like kind of like dropping down to see if she.
Yeah, just like slowly kind of sitting, maybe even across, so that it's not too like invasive. Of
okay, yes,
whatever.
it's kind of coming around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hephaestus is now kind of on the other side of you, kind of like dropped down as well, kind of looking at you.
I'm sorry. I need to get this out while I still remember.
Well, you remember what?
Right here. Do you think the Forsaken Heir means Ivan?
She taps the page and shows you like this thing that she's writing.
The who? The what?
Oh, it was Kappa. He gave me this. It's so much. I don't know where to start.
Can I like roll a history check to see how much Hephaestus actually paid attention to like anything about the old gods? Like, does she actually have any idea, or would this be such a popular name that there's no way she could miss it?
Like in terms of like what?
Who Kappa is?
Oh no!
Like,
So
all
yeah,
the old gods, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, give me a history check.
Yeah, she would not be paying
Give me a
attention
history
during
check.
these. No. 13.
It's I think Kappa. Where have I heard the name Kappa? And you're like, oh, like Adana, Asmodean, Kappa. Where did the name Kappa? It's something. And then you're, oh god, AJ. And he brought you on a tour of Kappa's Anvil. He was one of the Galeshire, like the four heroes, like but not the four heroes. He was like, he was the turtle who kind of made equipment, and he's kind of a famous kind of like weaponsmith. And
Part of like the story, but not one of them.
Not one of the main four. Yeah.
Okay. What do you mean, Kappa? He's like really dead, right? Like what's?
Oh no! I just spoke to him.
She kind of leans over and puts a hand on Cloda's forehead, just be like, "Yeah, right over there."
She swats it away and
She's like, I'm fine. Can you just let me finish this?
Okay. I mean, if anybody knows anything about Kappa, it's probably AJ, right? Do you want me to go get him?
Yeah, sure.
And she just kind of scuttles away without saying anything back over to the guys.
What's up?
Cloda appears unwell. She met Kappa and he told her something, and now she's writing down some crazy shit. And I barely even know who that guy is, so maybe you can help.
Several emotions cross AJ's face.
Jealous.
He's trying to hide. He's like, oh, son of a bitch.
You can hear Nate rolling his eyes.
What the fuck's a Kappa? What's a Kappa with you?
AJ sprints towards Clona. Hephaestus just told me you met Kappa. You met Kappa. What was he like?
Old.
And?
He said a lot of things, and I'm trying to.
What did he tell you?
She just finishes scribbling and thrusts the journal at AJ.
That's why priority tickets should be given to true fans. AJ can read. We all know he can
Roll for ability to read.
Yeah, he doesn't look at it at all. He's like, what did Kappa tell you?
It's some kind of prophecy, but I don't know. There's something about the grove in it, and I think the shards are mentioned, and I'm sure we're all in there somewhere. He called me the Whispered Song.
That is so cool. What, was he nice?
I guess.
Was he strong?
No.
Oh. Was he wise?
Very. But so cryptic.
When did you meet Kappa?
When Bobo called me back.
The look of betrayal on AJ's face. Bobo called you back?
Yeah. That's why I stayed behind.
Nate. Nate, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, good, because I really need a cup of booze right now. Yeah, what's up, bud?
I might need time to process this first, but Clodagh met Kappa, and Kappa told Clodagh some things that I guess are important enough to tell Clodagh. And maybe we'll just get to, change of plan, potentially. There's the cache, but there's also a hidden distillery that I know of. And probably good that we go there because other Night Scouts wouldn't know about it. So there'd be a lot of booze and a lot of safety and a lot of space. It's called the Dragon's Back Distillery, which as
Very
a hit,
original.
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to judge them for it.
It's actually called the Dragon's Breath Distillery, but whatever.
AJ can't read.
The Leah Michelle of the group.
Please,
why you
someone
like
draw
snacks.
that. Please, somebody draw AJ as Leah Michelle.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me how to read. I simply got it.
So for cool way to change a plan, it's pretty close by-ish. Like, AJ standards.
I mean, it's more or less inside, like it's a shelter of sorts, or
Yeah, it's like it's built into the mountains. They've got loads of like pot stills and they make like pretty strong stuff. I think that's why they're secret. It might be he's going to just check there's no narcs in this group. Illegal.
wow. Have you met me?
Yeah.
Do you really think illegal bothers me?
I thought I might have rubbed off on you.
No, thank you.
You wish.
Not right now.
Let's go drink first. Yeah, look, I think I can't believe I'm saying this, but booze aside, I think we need to get inside somewhere and regroup.
Okay. Cloud, are you okay?
Can I have my journal back?
Oh, yeah. He just tosses it at her. Let's go get Clodagh something nice. Because she's super sad.
Okay, well, lead the way.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're sorry. Diplomacy and democracy, I guess, aren't a thing anymore. He'll jog away.
What are you doing?
Heading towards Dragon's Breath.
Okay, so
The secret, but very aptly named distillery.
Yeah.
Dragon's Breath
Yeah.
To
Distillery.
put you in Stetstone. My best
I
friend.
have to remember his voice. But you want to get Clodagh something nice on the way?
No, we'll get it at the distillery.
No, we're not getting it right.
Yeah, I just
She
mean,
can have a liqueur.
Just a gift shop at the distillery.
just get their post
Prices
taste.
are extortionate. You're better off just getting it on. This will be fun then. With no real, so I'm just checking. You're going straight towards. You're bringing them up Bootlegger's Trail towards the.
Do we pass a cache on the way?
No, not if you're taking them the direct route. So there is that. We can go off here to get some supplies, or we can head straight for Bootlegger's Trail.
I think, and I'll run it by the group.
I'll give you this.
Yeah.
Right. So just before you'd know, having kind of surveyed the mountains and stuff like that, and done Bootlegger's Trail, it isn't widely patrolled. So there are less guards, but it is a more treacherous trail. It's why it was used by bootleggers. It was that thing of like, there's going to be less guards, but you run the risk of avalanches, wild monsters, Visagian spies, those bits and pieces. So death was a free booze, or better booze, dying.
I was gonna suggest I might run it by the group. So this doesn't take us by the cache, but I thought I could drop you guys to the distillery, pop out, grab some things, come back when you're a round or two deep.
Is it safe for you to go out on your own?
Oh yeah. I'm always by myself.
But you weren't a known fugitive before.
I don't think anyone. Oh yeah.
I can come with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, the other option is just like point you to the direction of it.
No.
How?
No.
I look at Clodagh and see how desperate for a drop she is right now.
She's gasping.
Bernie?
sorry.
She's gasping. Yeah, no, she's like, her nose is stuck in her journal again.
Well, maybe I'll get some supplies and then we can decide on the distillery tour later. I don't know if they'll do a tour. You're actually meant to ride ahead, so.
AJ, focus. We need to get safe.
Yep.
We need to be warm.
Mhm.
We need to be not caught.
Okay.
You know this area.
Yes.
How do we do those things?
Warm and not caught are the bits that are contradictory at the moment because the supplies and the cash bring us close to where other night scouts would be. So if we can sneak in, I'll go to like, there's probably some they haven't used in a while, like the lesser known ones. I guess not caught also means skipping the distillery tour.
Give me a wisdom saving throw, AJ.
No. Wisdom isn't high. Oh, it's all right. Plus 2. 15.
It's that sort of, you're not kind of fully in it in that moment. And like there's a plan and now there's another plan and now there's a couple of plans and then none of the plans are kind of actually, and then you say it, there's a couple of potential caches that they may not have gone to. And then you remember how you found the Dragon's Breath distillery. It wasn't intentional. It was an accident. For scouts who've been out longer than kind of the mission sort of would have required, that there are some non-sanctioned caches where, you know, the cool scouts would know of kind of other ones that may be around. You happened upon one of these caches called the Drunken Oak. And that's, while you were there, that's how you found markers that were for bootleggers indicating what way to get to the distillery. You could bring them to that cache and from there move on. So it's still kind of, you have to cross some of the kind of the open trails, but it is a kind of a hidden away cache.
Hephaestus, you're a genius.
Yes.
There's a cache kind of near-ish on the way that they don't go to because it's not official. It's
great.
Illegal.
We love that here. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, because I'm a known fugitive.
Oh, God. We're all in trouble.
To the Drunken Oak. Oh, sorry. To the Drunken... We shouldn't be loud, actually.
Yes,
I was too excited.
Yeah. If we could rein that in a little bit. If we could just... Good. Okay. Lead the way.
Go on.
Okay. So I'm going to need everybody to make stealth checks, kind of a group-wide check to determine how kind of sneaky and what we're doing. AJ, you're making this at advantage. Everybody else, flat normal roll. Disadvantage
I
because
have
of your...
disadvantage as well, yeah.
And then along the way, what else is your character doing? What else are you doing in this moment?
What is this?
Stealth check. This is romancing the dungeon.
Who are you?
Roz
You're in
Grapers.
Declan's house.
Does someone with a fat head have +3 to
How? I was like, fuck you. Anyone with a fat head can have a podcast.
Because you look like trees.
I got 22.
Okay. She sticks her head in the ground. She does a cartwheel. now I'm a tree.
Nate looks on jealously.
17 for me.
11.
Say the line.
8.
Okay. With 2 successes and 2 fails, it actually takes a bit longer. AJ, as you are kind of... You see Clodagh, all right, it's that she's not doing anything other than kind of nose in a book and just kind of following behind. For Nate and Hephaestus, it is this is boring. This is so boring. You're not allowed to talk. You have to kind of like mask your footsteps. It's dragging the whole out of itself. And AJ, it is that thing of every now and again you have to turn back because they've forgotten to like try and like cover the trail, or
I'm just picturing like Nate with like a twig off a tree behind a festa, just like every now and then just giving her a little like
stop it.
It's like kids in the backseat of the car.
Are we there yet? AJ, are we there yet? Is the Drunken Oak there
I'm not
yet?
touching you.
Yeah. It's like we just survived a near-death experience. And yeah, so it's taking a little longer. On the way, is anybody like, are your characters, well, if AJ is focusing very heavily on like the stealth and cleaning up the trail, Clodagh knows in a book. So Hephaestus and Nate, like, is that thing of like, what are you doing to kind of make the time pass? Because all you're doing is walking and you're not allowed to talk.
I'm kicking the back of Hephaestus' heels.
I hate this one.
Set
Give
him
me
on fire. Set him on fire.
give me an athletics check, Festa.
I have disadvantage. 4.
It is like Nate keeps kind of like just stepping on the back of your heel, and like at first it's just, would you like you're just stop. And you're kind of doing your best as much to kind of ignore him, and then you kind of go to turn around, and Nate, it was the perfect moment. Caught the back of the heel, and you fall right forward. You get slapped in the face by a low-hanging branch, and like it is that pine needle slap, and there's like
Sticky
sap
and prickly.
and like it's on your face, and then you fall in the snow, and you've kind of grazed your hands, and you're cold and you're wet, and your face is sticky and sore, and you can just hear kind of a smothered like chuckle out of Nate behind you. Festa, shh.
She kind of takes a minute and she takes a breath and she stands up. And as she stands up really slowly, you can see like flames starting to appear in her hands. And she turns around and she's like, I can do this quietly. Yeah, no, she does. She blasts him.
The last time this happened.
So it's a 10 to hit,
Okay.
which I don't think does.
No, it doesn't.
Funny enough, no.
Okay.
Armor class of 20.
Okay.
Woo.
Yeah, like it is a thing of Festa. You turn around and it's like AJ and Clodagh have kind of gone past. You're doing everything you can to possibly not scream at him. And as the rage just wells up, I need you to give me a roll on your swirling emotions table as well, please.
3.
Doesn't matter. It's just and eldritch energy just kind of forms at your hand, and you like you're hurling a snowball, you fling it at Nate. He's like less than 5 feet from you. It goes wide, and you actually see it hit kind of a mound behind you that you've been kind of circling around, and then there is just this crack, and just a torrent of snow just comes rolling down this hill, burying kind of small copse of trees kind of further off that you had kind of come around through. It sounds like rolling thunder, and AJ and Clodagh, you clearly hear it, and you turn back to see.
I'm just running. I'm just, go, 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 go.
I'm also running, but I'm also kind of giggling to myself.
Is Clodagh running?
Not really.
Take me.
She's just
Sweet snowy oblivion.
She just kind of watches them run past her and then stares at the hill and then is like, rolls her eyes and then takes off.
Yeah, at the moment Clodagh takes off, AJ will keep running behind them, trying to, what's the expression? Herd cats?
Yeah. With the speed that you're kind of running at now, it's that, well, the avalanche will have kind of buried some of the other tracks behind you. So, but also potentially has alerted people to what the hell was that? It does. It's that thing of running at the pace that you're at. You are looking. I mean, it's called the Drunken Oak, and it's called that because it just so happens that it is a very old oak tree that during a storm kind of got slightly uprooted. So when it continued to grow, it kind of has one of its branches looks like it's leaning on a cliff face, like as if it's holding itself steady. And there under those exposed kind of gnarled roots is sort of a spot to kind of camp with a little bit of shelter. There is a very, very worn burrow where the ground has been made flat and a space that you like one person could shelter under. You have kind of circled round the yet another hill here, and you see AJ, you've happened to find the space, and you know that it's that particular branch. It looks like it's been struck by lightning, but as you kind of like, it's I think about making sure we're at the right spot, because how many of these trees could there possibly be? But the branch that looks like it's been burned by lightning is actually, it's been scorched, and there is kind of there in the burning etching, you do see kind of, it's like a dragon's head that's meant to be like a little arrow kind of this way. give me an investigation check as you all, like if you were just kind of waiting for AJ to get stuff, or is anybody else doing anything here at the cache?
Yeah, I think Hephaestus would root around.
Okay, investigation check.
Doesn't know what she's looking for, but
3.
fuck off.
3.
14.
Okay.
Glad
Anyone
someone
else?
here can do something.
I don't think Clodo would.
No, Cloda's busying out.
Nate's
Okay.
just holding himself like Blair St. Clair going,
There's a reason, AJ, you're slightly distracted. As you are...
Love a good lean. Is that why I'm distracted?
He's leaning. Call back.
That's where I got those moves.
I remember that was so cool.
Drunken okay.
Yeah.
Like you kind of look around and you see kind of Hephaestus immediately under the roots, kind of like, just give me that stuff, give me that cash. You said cash, she's heard money. There's treasure here.
True story. When I saw loot on a character sheet, I thought it meant loot, LOOT. I was like, oh, well, when I build a character, I get loot. I was an idiot when I was a kid. I'm an idiot now.
I was gonna say when you were a kid.
So with kind of Nate, kind of like, it's almost I think of like leaning in, Clodagh like, oh, I'm so cold, I'm so chilly. Clodagh is 10 miles away in her own head. AJ, you notice something a little higher up the tree. There's something kind of catches your eye, and you can see what looks like an arrowhead stuck with a 14. There's a couple of things that you notice here about this kind of little kind of hideaway. There is a small, like as you get in under the roots, and it like Hephaestus looks like a badger burrowing down into it. Like it's that, like there's nothing graceful about it. It's just, let me in there. There's actually a little bit of residual warmth there. You can see where the ground is slightly charred, and there are little sort of coals or blackened bits of timber that have a little bit of heat, like not enough that like anybody could get any real, but like there seems to have been a person here before,
fresh enough,
and they're sort of set in under like a flat stone that might be kind of used as a rest. You can kind of see where there is a lip, and lifting that up, you do see that there is a small little cache of goods.
Where's the money?
There's gotta be something.
What is this trash?
some magical items.
Cloaks, food, who cares?
As you kind of lift that flat stone, you do see kind of there is a hole. There's 2 cloaks. There is a pair of mountain boots. There's a knapsack filled with dried meat and pickled veg. There's a little bag of what looks like it's filled with marbles, and there's a faint hum of magic off of it. And then you do see a small little wooden box that's kind of warm to the touch, faint kind of warmth to it, where you would expect, because everything else is kind of cold because it's here stuck on the earth. And there's just a jar of grease for waterproofing stuff. Or lube, I don't know. It's a lonely cache.
Or from throwing in a doorway.
Oh wow. Okay. Too fucking soon. Okay. Yeah. So you have found some supplies.
Yeah. Can I take it all?
Oh, okay. I mean, sure.
We're not
There's clearly
here
a sign that says "Take a little, leave a little."
I was going to say, who's in charge of replenishing this?
Yeah,
Like, how do
exactly.
they know when it's empty?
Well, it's not meant to be.
Look, it's a secret one anyway. It's meant to be used rarely. They'll be fine.
There is no hooch. There's no booze.
That's fine. We're going to the distillery.
That
We'll
was
get
gonna
it in
piss
a
off.
minute.
Can I climb the tree to see what the...
Athletics check, please.
Yeah, no props. I say.
What's everybody else doing?
Motoring.
Nate's looking over Festus' shoulder at the stuff. Does she go?
You want the goods?
Yeah.
Bit cold in that armor.
Yeah.
I think she does just kind of pop her head up and do like I've got this, I've got that. Who wants this? Let's go. Come on, let's get moving.
Just auctioning stuff.
Yeah, you can hear like AJ as you're kind of like, what did you got in your athletics?
15.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind
As you're not falling out of the tree.
as you kind of start to climb the tree, you hear Hephaestus, like she's found the cache and she's kind of listing out the supplies and stuff like that. You're kind of weaving between the branches as she's divvying out the goods kind of to everybody. And there is a really ornate arrowhead just fixed there. You recognize them. They belong to like that. These arrowheads are Ridge's. These are his.
Oh, secrets. I dig it. And I smile to myself. This is playing D&D, baby. I'll make my way down the tree. I'll put that in my pocket for now. Or use it as a brooch. That's cute. Yeah, I'll like just pin it into my jacket. I see Festa taking everything out of the box, and if I'm right, if I'm wrong, let me know. I have Temperance's mace.
Yes.
And a training sword. So I'm going to put the training sword back in the box because I'm just sorry, but that can be the next person's. A sword, shit. But it's taking a little leave.
I cut off my arm and eat it.
A sword. A wooden sword.
Wow.
That's where I know this tree from. Yeah, I'll put it in. And I don't know if I have. Hold on, let me see what else I can leave in this box.
Yeah, is anybody else leaving anything else?
No.
As you see, as you see AJ like taking some of his stuff and kind of putting it in.
The only other thing I can leave is a potion of healing, and they're not getting that.
You what?
He doesn't remember. It's fine.
You know, I'll be listening back to this.
I just remembered I don't have the cup
Oh,
around
yeah, you don't.
So we've magic marbles and a warm box. Those are the interesting things in there.
So yeah,
And grease.
and grease
And
and
That's the
cloaks and some food.
I
There was
mean-
a lot.
Oh,
you
no,
know,
no,
there
no.
was
I
a
mean, like
lot.
the cloaks of food, like that's normal stuff. But then there's
These
magic marbles
yes, and a box that's kind of
Strangely
slightly warm
warm
to
box.
touch. Yeah,
and a jar of grease.
yeah.
Okay, I give the grease to Nate.
Nice.
And maybe a cloak. That's it. Can I look in the box?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
There's just 4 small, flat black stones, and the heat seems to be emanating from those.
Oh, okay. Hephaestus is going to assume those are hand warmers and just hand them out. Stay toasty.
Yeah, as you are kind of passing them around, yeah, you recognize them, AJ, as hot rocks.
Yeah, for cooking and stuff, I presume. You put them in the water and then like an old Philocopia.
Stay toasty.
Yeah, whatever that was. Stay toasty.
Yeah, it's George Foreman's lean green toast and rock machine.
Yeah, you just put 2 slices of bread, some cheese between the 2 hot rocks. Wait half a fucking hour, and somehow the cheese is still volcanic.
I think I pocket the marbles.
Okay.
And then the other coat boots, whoever wants them, I think she's all right. She's got big boots anyway. Naturally warm.
Yeah, you don't wear. I look to Clodagh. Clodagh has no shoes on. Whoa, hooves!
Freak.
Stare.
I don't think I need to swap out my boots. Do you need new boots?
Do you have boots?
He's going to take the boots anyway.
I'll take the boots. I'm gonna wear them on my hip. Like Death Stranding. It's fine, yeah. They're there if I need them.
Those are my fashion boots.
So there's not as much as I thought in the box, but this should at least keep us warm for now, and we can make our way to the Dragon's Breath. The good thing about this is that even if we do cross paths with anyone, they're less likely to report us to authorities because it's like when you catch someone else in trouble, it's like, mutual destruction.
Yes.
And I'm almost
Love
certain
that.
what we're guilty of using a slightly illegal trail is pretty high up there on things you shouldn't do either. So
We were also guilty of many other things.
also sorry, I keep forgetting. We're not guilty. I was
Well, I mean, correct.
Yeah.
But
Of that one.
no one's going to believe us.
yes, yeah.
So maybe pull up the hoods on those cloaks and let's be quieter than the avalanche that Nate created.
What?
Is there any way we can disguise ourselves or pretend to be Visagian spies or
Okay, so hang on. Okay, what's going back? Who's putting what back into the cache?
just me, I think.
So you put a sword, you took the boots and the cloak.
Yes.
Everyone's got a warm rock.
Hat rack.
I mean, they're called hot rocks, but okay, everyone's got a warm rock.
Room temperature rock.
It's warm.
I went to the Dragon's Back Mountain and all I got was this stupid rock.
Luke's warm rocks.
The googly eyes make them feel like people.
Mine's blinking at me. It's just melting.
Did Clodagh take a cloak or anything?
No, she's got all
She's just going to power through.
Yeah.
Then we leave a cloak behind. I took all the food for sure. and I have a magic bag of marbles.
You want me to read this thing?
Yeah.
I was going to read it on our way to the Dragon's Breath.
Okay, that's fine.
I can start reading it.
No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
read it now. Read it
Yeah,
now.
I'll read it now.
It's a trap.
You are doomed.
It's a howler.
I'll read it out loud, but it doesn't necessarily, for the audience, it doesn't necessarily mean the party hear this. Actually, knowing AJ, just read it out loud following
AJ.
what is AJ. If you got this note, I am long gone with Una. With the time that has passed in the cell, I have come to realize a truth. You were an infatuation. Infatuation? Infatuation. You were a distraction. I am so sorry. I feel the truth is most important now. Look after Hephaestus and Nate. Goodbye, Fia. I don't know what that means. Okay, so Fia's being here, which is good news because it means we're on the right trail.
Is he actually like this fucking
Yeah,
stupid?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, Hephaestus might, if he lets her very gently take it.
There you go.
Would she recognize Fia's handwriting?
You recognize the arrowhead.
Yeah,
You were slipped
Yeah.
similar.
by Fia as well. Yeah.
Mm.
Can I like insight it? Like, would Fia say this? Would she write this way? Is this the way she speaks? Like that kind of thing?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Yeah, take the first letter of every word, and I bet it spells out I love you, AJ.
16.
The note you got from Fia
Mm.
was short and succinct. This has a coldness to it.
Mm.
That-
And the one from her was like same but opposite, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, it was kind of
protect
like,
AJ.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But
Just doesn't feel right.
it does. You don't know what about it doesn't
Okay.
necessarily feel right. It. I mean, it looks like Fia's handwriting.
Okay. And AJ's convinced that she's been here.
Well, yeah,
because of
she
the
left us a note.
Yeah, yeah.
This is great news.
I don't know if that's Fia.
Oh, yeah, the actual message, I don't think so. But I mean, it says good. It's signed Fia.
So you think maybe she didn't write the message, but she did sign it?
I think maybe she was like forced to write this,
Mm.
but like, yeah, maybe not. There's not even like a heart over the eye. But if she's not this direction, then what other?
What? No, we'll have to take it as maybe a clue, but I think we just have to proceed cautiously.
If we find someone with like magical abilities, and this is Fia's, we have something of hers to like help find. Yeah, I'll keep it close.
Yep.
I took it in my breast pocket.
And you're not concerned about the contents of the. You're happy.
Oh, the bit about you were an infatuation,
Mm.
you were a distraction.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. You
I feel the truth is important now.
you all good?
I mean, it's all true. She's infatuated with me, and I am very distracting.
Mm?
I don't know what she's sorry about though. That's the.
No, that's fair. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Yeah.
I'm sure I can just talk to her about it
Yeah.
because I'm infatuated with her. And
Yes. Yeah.
It's just very distracting.
Tuck that away. Yeah.
Yeah. Infatuation sometimes leads to love. So,
Can do. Yeah. Yep.
Claude and Nate, what are you doing?
oh look, there's a little heart on it, and there is actually a tiny little heart in the back. It's half, but it's shaded half and half.
Mm.
That's probably us.
Yeah.
So look, secret signs.
Yeah.
Secret signs, people.
Yep.
There's Fia.
I think you need to have a lie down.
Where's that drink? We're going to get a drink, right?
Yeah. Let's make our way to the Dragon's
Well,
Breath Distillery.
Nate and Claude, what are you doing while that's happening? Like, what are you? Who's putting the stuff back in the cache? Who's
Yeah, well, I thought Fest had put the stuff back in after handing out.
Well,
Bits and
I'd
pieces
put
and
back
put in the
anything that
trays.
wasn't taken,
Yeah,
but if
yeah.
you guys were going to leave anything else behind.
Oh no, I'm not leaving anything in the cache. I don't give things away.
Except the clap.
Well, first of all, again, I have to remind everybody that as a paladin, I don't have any diseases anymore. Okay, so once Ivan came into me, there's no,
Mhm.
I'm clapless.
Also, he charges for it. So
I'm all clapped out.
Claude is sighing heavily. Yeah, she's just kind of watching the disdain. With disdain, AJ just completely ignore the message of the arrow.
Nate has heard Cloda's sigh many times before. and sort of gives her a bit of an awkward look, and then tries to put his hands into his pockets, and then only in the attempt realizes he doesn't have any pockets, so he just sort of does one swift rub of his thighs.
Sexy.
Doesn't really say anything because if history is anything to go by, any attempts to console Clodagh have failed.
Well, she doesn't remember any of those attempts. Yeah, she's just gonna kind of wander in the direction they're supposed to be going.
Kind of with the, kind of the supplies taken, you're happy to set off.
Oh God. Lied, we stay here forever.
No, no backtracking. As the four of you with kind of new supplies and a message from Fia, kind of safely tucked away inside your shirt pocket, AJ leading Hephaestus, Ivan, and Clodagh away from the drunken oak along the path. Your next marker is the Bastard Flask, a rock that happens to look like a small hip flask. All these little markers along the route. And as the drunken oak disappears around a corner, and we bring this episode to a close, there is a crumbling of a small coal in that fire pit under the drunken oak. And just a whiff of smoke kind of just evaporates into the air, carried on a cold wind. And there, charred and half buried, a second arrowhead. And we leave the episode there. You're listening to Romancing the Dungeon with Amber, Sam, Ben, Eilish, and me, Declan, your Dungeon Master. Our theme song, Fight for Each Other, is by Steve Tynan and Abby Soiree, and our podcast artwork is by Dahi C Designs. We recorded this episode way back in November. I think you can tell because a couple of us have head colds. It has been a lot of fun listening back to it, and I'm going to take this as a reminder as a DM to put the clue in front of everybody. Just put the clue right out there. Don't bury it in a fire pit where they're not going to see it. So, reminder to future Declan. Not any of the episodes recorded up to this point, but future episodes from May 14 onwards. Remember, make the clue obvious. If you want to see more from D8 Dungeon, if you want to check out stuff from behind the scenes, you want to check out any of our other shows, make sure you're following us on social media on all the major platforms. There's a link to our Discord server in the episode description below, and you can check us out on twitch.tv/D8 Dungeon. Wherever you're listening to this, we would love if you would give us a thumbs up, a quick review, drop your thoughts on the episode, anything you can do to help us mess with the big bad algorithm that is the internet and reach other audiences. That's it from us. I'm going to love you, leave you, and we're going to see you in 2 weeks' time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. With two sex. We don't have time. Especially not for two.